So, namaskar, good evening to all of you. On my personal behalf and on behalf of India Meteorological Department, I extend a warm welcome to all our friends from press and electronic media. Today, we'll be discussing about the long-range forecast for the month of July. We will be presenting the forecast of rainfall and temperature. At the same time, also, we'll discuss the weather during the month of June. The month of June is the monsoon advance month. Usually by past June, monsoon sets in over Kerala. And this year, if you remember, on 24th of May, the monsoon set in over Kerala. On the left-hand side, you can see the diagram showing the onset dates of or advanced dates of monsoon over different parts of the country. Blue line indicates this year's monsoon advanced dates, and red line indicates the normal date of advance of monsoon. So comparing these red and blue line, you will find that over Kerala, against normal date of 1st June, monsoon set in on 24th of May. And thereafter, the progress continued. Up to 5th June, it could cover quite a large part in South India and also the Northeast India. So thereafter, the monsoon stalled, or there is a hiatus, you can say, till the 16th of June. On 16th of June, again, the advance started, and there was rapid advance during 16th to 20th June, and thereafter slow advance, and finally, by 29th, the monsoon covered the entire country. If I compare with the various statistics, then the earliest onset in 17 years after 2009, when it was 23rd May. That means after 2009, it has been the earliest onset. Similarly, if I compare uh, for the country as a whole, then normally it covers by 8th of July, and this year it covered by 29th June. Thus, it was 9 days ahead of normal dates. So I will say this year there has been early onset over most parts of South India and Northeast India. There has been near normal onset over Northwest India, and there has been delayed onset over central part of the country to some extent, not too much delay, but there has been delayed onset to certain extent in the central part of the country. Especially, you may say, some parts of Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Andhra Pradesh, and adjoining areas. Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, and adjoining areas. But overall, country as a whole, if you just look at it, has been the early onset and early coverage compared to the past years. Now, let us look at the rainfall during June. On the left-hand side, you will find that the district-wise rainfall. On the right-hand side, you will find that the rainfall at the meteorological subdivision level. So, what you find here that the rainfall has been 180 millimeter from 1st June to 30 June against normal of 165.3 millimeter. That is 9% above normal for the country as a whole. But you can find out the areas shaded with blue, which indicates the excess rainfall activity. That means more than 20% departure from the normal rainfall. And green means it is a normal rainfall. And red color zones indicate on the right hand side is the deficient rainfall meteorological subdivisions. Similarly, red and yellow in the left hand side diagram indicates deficient rainfall. Yellow indicates highly deficient, and it is more than you can say 60% deficient, and yellow indicates 20 to 59% deficient. But overall, if you just look at there is about 80% in the meteorological subdivisions which have got normal to excess rainfall activity. Now let us take the rainfall for the country as a whole. The top diagram here indicates the daily rainfall activity from 1st June to 30th June. And red line indicates the normal daily rainfall activity for the country as a whole. But you find that for the past 5 days up to 5th June, activity after that, as monsoon did not advance, the rainfall activity was below normal till you can say 14th June. From 15th June, rainfall activity increased and it has become almost above normal every day except 1 or 2 days. It is above normal starting from 16th June. It continued until today. Rainfall has been quite good. So that means if I compare the fortnight wise, the second fortnight of June has been good rainfall activity compared to the first fortnight. And specifically, the period from 6 to 14 has been the less rainfall activity. If I look at the statistics, as I was telling, the country as a whole, it is about 9%. Exactly, it is 8.9%. Northwest India has been quite excess. It is 42% above the normal. East and Northeast India has been about 17% below normal. Central India, it is 24.8% above normal. And South Peninsular India has been about 3%, you can say minus 2.7% below normal. So what I see from this diagram, from this figure, that it has been excess over northwest and central India. It has been a deficient over east and northeast India, and it has become normal over south peninsular India. There is a specific zone starting from Gujarat, Rajasthan to Odisha and again to West Bengal that is called as core monsoon zone. In that core monsoon zone, which is largely dependent upon rainfall, you will find that rainfall has been within uh, uh, one standard deviation, but however, on the negative side of the normal till 15th of June. After that, it has become above one standard deviation on many days during the second fortnight of June. So that means core monsoon zone has got good rainfall activity after the 15th June. Now, let us look at the rainfall progress in different um, regions. The top one is the Northwest India. You will find that Northwest India rainfall picked off again from 16 June, and it has been above normal almost every day over Northwest India. After 16 June, it has been above normal every day till end of this month. And looking at the east and northeast India, it has become deficient on many days, specifically during 6 June to 15 June, and again from 26 June till today. If I look at the central India, yes, second half starting with 15 June has been above normal most days, but in the first half it has become below normal. South Peninsular India, if you just look at, there has been two peaks. One peak has been around the week from 9th June towards the 17th June. And then it has become above normal during 23rd June to 27th June. So it has got good rainfall activity, that means from 8th June onwards. Now let us look at the temperature during June. The maximum temperature, if you just look at its anomaly, means deviation from the normal, it has become green color. You can see green color means it is below normal. Maximum temperature has become below normal in most parts of the country except northeast India and the Ladakh and adjoining areas. Similarly, minimum temperature, if you just look at, it has become below normal over many parts of the country except the northern parts, including Indo-Gangetic Plains, northeastern India, and some parts of western and peninsular India, where it has become above normal. So mean temperature is representative of the maximum temperature, and accordingly you can find that it has become below normal over most parts of the country except northeast India, some parts of northwest India and Bihar, and some parts of East UP. Now let us look at year-wise variation from 1901 to 2025. We just look at, as all of us know, that rainfall does not show any trend. All India area-weighted rainfall does not show any trend. And compared to, you will find that this year's rainfall was 41st highest since 1901 and ninth highest in 2001. That means it's not any record-breaking rainfall this year, but it has become the above normal rainfall. Rainfall is said to be normal for the country as a whole during month of June if it lies between 92% to 108%, and it has become 109%. And if you recall what we predicted that for June, we told that rainfall will be above normal, that means exceeding 108%. It has become 109%. So area weighted rainfall over East and Northeast India, if we just look at it, has become deficient in the month of June for the 3 consecutive years. It was 23, 24, and 25. All 3 consecutive years, it has become deficient. At the same time, if you remember, all these 3 years have been good monsoon years. Once you have got a good monsoon, the Northeast India gets less rainfall. Now let us look at the disastrous weather. You can see the heavy rainfall mainly. So on the left hand side diagram shows the heavy rainfall events occurring in different parts of the country. You can see that frequency of extremely heavy rainfall. These red dots are the extremely heavy rainfall activity. You can find it occur over west coast, especially Karnataka coast, Konkan coast, and South Gujarat. Then also it occurred over some parts of North Odisha, GWB, and Jharkhand, West Bengal, and Jharkhand, and then northeastern states also it occurred. So as a result, what happened actually, if you remember in the month of June, there was disastrous weather leading to floods in Mumbai, in Guwahati, and northeastern states. There was landslides also in northeastern states. And if I compare this year's heavy rainfall right hand side, heavy rainfall frequency with the previous years, you will see that this year there has been 70 such extremely heavy rainfall events compared to 51 last year, but the previous highest was 74 in 2022. Okay. And it has been lowest in 35, that is 35 in 2021. So, however, if I consider the very heavy rainfall events, it has become 432, which is the highest during last 5 years. So, it is because it is a good rainfall a month, and there has been good rainfall activity, and traditionally the area which gets good rainfall has also experienced the heavy to very heavy rainfall. You can find that there is very well defined heavy rainfall zones in the central India because of the low pressure systems. I will discuss afterwards. 5 low pressure systems formed during month of June, and therefore this area got good rainfall activity. And when low pressure forms, the west coast also gets good rainfall activity. That we can find out starting from Gujarat and up to Kerala, there is good heavy rainfall activity also. Now let us look at the Himalayan region. Yes, you have got good rainfall activity in terms of the frequency of heavy rain over Himachal Pradesh and western part of Uttarakhand. Now, if I compare the temperature, actually it is nowhere because temperature has been very low due to the good rainfall activity. So therefore, ranking, if you see, it is lying nowhere. It is 89th place for maximum temperature for the country as a whole, 39th place minimum temperature, and 68th place for minimum temperature. But if you look at the east and northeast India, yes, it was 17th warmest year in terms of maximum temperature, and is 7th in minimum temperature and 9th in min temperature. So mainly because Northeast India did not get good rainfall activity, as a result, temperature was high. Now this is the temperature variation, monthly maximum, minimum, and mean temperature over the country. Top one is maximum, middle one is minimum, and bottom one is the mean temperature. So what you find that maximum temperature has been below normal this year compared to the previous 3 years, and minimum temperature has been above normal, and mean temperature has been near normal, just normal, but slightly below normal. Now let us look at mean and minimum temperature and mean temperature for northeast India, east and northeast India. Because as I told you, east and northeast India, it has been and the warmer this year. Let us look at that. If I look at the minimum temperature for June, we'll find that it has become above normal for past 3 days, 3 years, past 4 years also. It has become above normal, and previous year it was a higher temperature compared to this year minimum temperature. Minimum mean temperature if it was compared also, it has become higher, but not compared to past 2 years. Temperature also higher. I want to mention here that there is a tendency for rainfall over Northeast India to decrease in the recent decades or two. So therefore, temperatures are also higher in recent years. Now, let us look at the rainfall for all India, East and Northeast India. The top one is the area weighted rainfall for all India. You will find that yes, it is above normal. And June rainfall was less than normal for the last 3 years, but this year it has become above normal. But however, it has no such highest ranking rainfall activity. For East and Northeast India, it has become less than normal. As I told it earlier also, this is just depiction of the same. For past 3 years, it has become less than normal. And it was 17th lowest since 1901 and 8th lowest since 2001. I think this one I've already discussed. I'll just quitting this one. Temperature for June, I think already discussed. Now let us come to the verification of June 2025 rainfall forecast. On the left hand side is the observed rainfall category, that is tertiary category. In terms of above normal is the blue, green is the normal, and orange is the below normal. The right hand side was the forecast. If you remember, we gave the forecast. Blue and deep blue indicates above normal, green indicates normal, and yellow to orange and red indicates the below normal rainfall activity. So what you find that if I compare both the diagrams, there is a good match. Uh, just like say northeastern states, we told many parts it will be below normal. It has become below normal. So Ladakh and adjacent areas, we told below normal. It has become below normal, and it has become central India. If you just look at many parts and west coast, also it has become above normal and normal rainfall activity. We predicted that Tamil Nadu and adjoining Karnataka will have below normal rainfall activity, and it has happened so. So, to a large extent, I will say that it has matched well, but still there are areas like Bihar and some parts of UP where it was predicting that it will be above normal rainfall, but it has become below normal rainfall activity. Now, let us look at what are the factors for good rainfall activity during month of June. It was the neutral conditions of El Nino Southern Oscillations and the DMI means Dipole Model Index, that is IOD, Indian Ocean Dipole. Indian Ocean Dipole was neutral and El Nino Southern Oscillation was also neutral. But if you look at the Madden-Julian Oscillation, which is intraseasonal variation influencer, it was lying in phase 3 and phase 4 many times, and especially if we just look at during this second half of the season, which caused or which helped the good rainfall activity and also the formation of low pressure systems. There were 5 low pressure systems during June, 3 over North Bay of Bengal or Head Bay of Bengal, that is 17 to 23 June, 26 to 27 June, and 29 June. One system intensified into WML. Our 29 June system is still persisting today, it is there. And then one out of them became the well-marked low pressure area, that is 17 to 23rd June. 2 systems were formed over Arabian Sea, that is 17 to 19th June and 28 to 29th June. And these low pressure systems helped to get a good rainfall activity over the central India and west coast. The total number of low pressure system days was 13 against normal of about 2.8 or 3 days. Usually in June, we do not get so many low pressure systems, but because of these active monsoon conditions, especially in the second half, we could get all these low pressure systems, which led to above normal rainfall activity. Now let us look at the temperature forecast. On the right hand side was the forecast temperature, which indicated that it will be below normal to normal temperature for many parts of the country except some parts of northwest India and northeast India. And if you look at, it has happened that most parts it has become normal to below normal temperature. This blue color and green color indicates. And below above normal temperature over Ladakh and Jammu and Kashmir has been also well predicted. But northeastern states, we predicted that it will be uh, above normal temperature, but it has become below normal temperature. So, except northeastern states, forecast has gone well. Now let us look at the minimum temperature. And minimum temperature, if we look at right hand side is the forecast and left hand side is the actual minimum temperature. But you find that in most places it matched well. As we predicted, central India and north peninsular India will have normal to below normal temperature. It has happened also. But in addition to that, also it has become normal to below normal rainfall activity in some parts of northwest India, which was not predicted, like say eastern Rajasthan, Haryana, and adjoining West UP. It has become normal to below normal, but it was predicted to be above normal activity. Otherwise, it has become quite matching to each other as per the predictions. Now let us look at the large scale features like El Nino southern oscillation conditions. You can find out that this is the equatorial Pacific, and this equatorial Pacific, if you take the average temperature, your departures, it is 0.2 degrees Celsius in Nino 3.4 region. And Nino 3.4 region is responsible for the variation in rainfall activity over India during monsoon season. Now, if I look at the sea surface temperature changing for last 1 year, starting last July 2024 to June 2025, you will find that it is near normal now. There is in variations. It is La Nina conditions to neutral conditions. We move to neutral conditions. We have got ENSO neutral conditions at present. Now, looking at the forecast of El Nino southern oscillations, you can see on the left hand side diagram, blue is the La Nina conditions, gray is the neutral conditions, red is the El Nino conditions. So, what you find that the gray is dominating, that means neutral condition is dominating and it will dominate till you can find out end of this year. That means the monsoon season, then post monsoon, and then winter season also it will become neutral conditions. But neutrality gradually decreases with increase in probability of the La Nina conditions. But it is not predicting La Nina conditions, but it is probability is growing towards that. While but dominance is still for neutral condition. That we can say that the ENSO neutral condition is likely with 82% chance in June to August and may continue into winter, that is 25-26, though confidence is lower towards you go to January, February, it's only 48% and chance that it will be neutral, and there is 41% chance that it will become La Nina condition in November to January. Now, if I look at the individual model, right hand side, individual models also, most of the models suggesting that it is a neutral condition which will continue. Otherwise, there is also some models suggesting the La Nina conditions. So, therefore, there is no probability for development of an El Nino till the winter season of 25-26. Okay. So, these are the Indian Neptune dipole predictions on the bottom. The left one, you can see that there are different models. Some models are suggesting that it will become the negative Indian Ocean dipole during the second half of monsoon season. On the right hand side, this is the Bureau of Meteorology Australia model, which is also indicating that it could be just touching the negative IOD conditions during second half of monsoon season. So that means negative IOD will not be so severe. It is just touching the border area of the negative IOD conditions. Now, let us look at the ENSO forecast based on the multimodal climate forecast system, monsoon mission climate forecast system of Ministry of Earth Sciences. So that also indicates the similar conditions, that neutral ENSO conditions to continue during the remaining period of monsoon season. And you can see from the diagram that neutral condition, that is green color, is dominating, followed by the La Nina conditions. Similarly, if you look at the Indian Ocean Dipole forecast by our monsoon mission climate forecast system, you will find that the blue color, that is negative Indian Ocean Dipole, is being predicted by the MMCFS model, followed by the neutral conditions. And on the bottom, if you just look at the initial condition, showing that yes, there could be some possibility of Indian Ocean Dipole becoming negative during second half of monsoon season. Now let us look at the forecast for July. Before I say that, I want to say that the first forecast was issued in month of April, second was issued in the month of May, and then we issued the forecast for the month of June, and today we are issuing the forecast for the month of July. And for this purpose, we are utilizing the multi-model ensemble dynamic model forecast. So this is the monthly outlook for rainfall uh, during July 2025. Left-hand side diagram, you can find that in many parts, except Northeast India and adjoining areas of Eastern India, then extreme South Peninsula like Tamil Nadu and some parts of Kerala, and some isolated pockets of Central and Northwest India, you have blue or deep blue color or the green color. That means normal and above normal rainfall activity. So many parts will have normal to above normal activity, except Northeast India and adjoining areas of East India, extreme South Peninsula, and some isolated pockets of Northwest and Central India, where it will be below normal. Now, if I take the average of the entire country, what you find that it is expected to be above normal. The rainfall during July for the country as a whole is expected to be above normal. Normal rainfall during July, based on data of 1971 to 2020, is about 28 centimeter, 280.4 millimeter, or 28 centimeters. So that means this year the rainfall will be 106% of 28 centimeter for the country as a whole during the month of July. The pattern what you see here, that there is a deep blue color in the east central India covering East MP, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, and adjacent areas of Bidar and Telangana. So it indicates, and also in some parts in Gujarat and Maharashtra also you can find a deep blue color. So what it indicates that there is a high probability in this area, and this area is the central India and adjoining North Peninsula India, where you can have the good rainfall activity. Good rainfall means above normal rainfall activity. So if there will be above normal rainfall activity in this area, then we should take care of the river catchments during over these areas. For example, you have got the major river basins like Godavari and Krishna, and also you have got Mahanadi. It is showing very high rainfall, very high probability for above normal rainfall activity in the upper Mahanadi catchment, which covers Chhattisgarh and some parts of Odisha, and also in lower Mahanadi catchment. There are other river basins here, like Budhapuram, Suvarnrekha, Baitarani, Brahmani, Nagavali, Vangsadhara, Rusikulya. So we should keep watch and monitor the rainfall activity and also the river reservoirs, dams in this region. There is another area you can see in the northeast India, that is Uttarakhand and Haryana, where also you can find out deep blue color. That indicates also there is a high probability in this area to have good rainfall activity. As you know that in this area we have got many cities and towns, including Delhi, and also we have got many south flowing rivers from Uttarakhand. So therefore, we should be cautious and take precautionary measures for all these river catchments and the cities and towns also. Same is the case also when I discussed from Maharashtra to Odisha. Also, we should take care of the cities and towns. There could be the urban flooding. Usually, this type of rainfall activity occurs when there will be monsoon trough lying to the south of the normal positions, and also there will be low pressure systems. So it indicates that there will be the frequent low pressure systems. About five low pressure systems normally formed in the month of July, and these low pressure systems are expected to move west northwestwards, causing good rainfall activity over central and adjoining North Peninsular India. The higher rainfall activity over Haryana and northwest India could be possible due to the fluctuation of monsoon trough in the western end. Uh, and also there could be sometimes the interaction with the mid latitude westerlies. And the deficient rainfall or the below normal rainfall over northeast India and northern areas could be attributed to the fact that whenever there is above normal rainfall year, the rainfall decreases over northeast India and also over southeast peninsula like Tamil Nadu. Now, let us look at the temperature outlook for July 2025. On the left-hand side is the maximum temperature. As we are expecting that there will be above normal rainfall, certainly the area where you have above normal rainfall, their temperature should be below normal. So that is being reflected here. You can find many parts of the country the below normal to normal temperature, and only northeastern states you can find that the temperature is expected to be above normal. Similar is the case with Kerala and certain areas of Tamil Nadu. Now you look at the minimum temperature on the right hand side bottom. Here also it indicates that many parts it is blue and green and deep blue, which indicates that here also many parts you will have the higher minimum temperature, which could be attributed to the cloudiness because of the above normal rainfall situation. But there are certain areas like extreme South Peninsula, some parts of Northwest India, and northeastern states where it could be above normal minimum temperature. Okay, so let us see what is the realization at the end of July. So these are the model performance with respect to the maximum temperature and minimum temperature. So अभी मैं आप सभी को थोड़ा हिंदी में जानकारी देने के लिए कोशिश करूंगा। जुलाई 2025 के दौरान वर्षा का मासिक पूर्वानुमान। जुलाई 2025 के दौरान पूरे देश में मासिक वर्षा सामान्य से अधिक दीर्घावधि औसत यानी लॉन्ग पीरियड एवरेज का 106% से अधिक होने की संभावना है। 1971 टू 2020 के आंकड़ों के आधार पर जुलाई के दौरान पूरे देश में वर्षा का दीर्घावधि औसत एलपीए लगभग 280.4 मिलीमीटर है। जुलाई 2025 में पूरे देश में मासिक औसत वर्षा सामान्य से अधिक होने का संभावना है, जो दीर्घावधि औसत एलपीए के 106% से अधिक है। भौगोलिक दृष्टिकोण से देश के अधिकांश भागों में सामान्य से अधिक वर्षा होने की संभावना है। हालांकि पूर्वोत्तर और पूर्व भारत के अधिकांश क्षेत्रों तथा सुदूर दक्षिण प्रायद्वीपीय भारत के कई क्षेत्रों और उत्तर पश्चिम भारत के कुछ क्षेत्रों में सामान्य से कम वर्षा होने की संभावना है। देश के भूक्षेत्र के भीतर सफेद छायांकित क्षेत्रों पर मॉडल द्वारा कोई संकेत नहीं दिया गया है, यानी जो व्हाइट पैचेस जो आप देख रहे हैं वहां कोई हमारा पूर्वानुमान नहीं है। अधिकतम तापमान की बात करें, जुलाई 2025 के दौरान कई क्षेत्रों में मासिक औसत अधिकतम तापमान सामान्य से लेकर सामान्य से नीचे रहने की उम्मीद है। केवल पूर्वोत्तर भारत और उत्तर पश्चिम पूर्व और दक्षिण प्रायद्वीप के कुछ क्षेत्र को छोड़कर जहां तापमान सामान्य से अधिक रहने की संभावना है। न्यूनतम तापमान की बात करें तो जुलाई 2025 के दौरान देश के अधिकांश भागों में मासिक औसत न्यूनतम तापमान सामान्य से नीचे रहने की उम्मीद है। हालांकि उत्तर पश्चिम और पूर्व भारत के कुछ हिस्सों, पूर्वोत्तर और भारत के अधिकांश हिस्सों, दक्षिण प्रायद्वीपीय भारत के कई हिस्सों और उत्तर पश्चिम पूर्व और मध्य भारत के कुछ हिस्सों में सामान्य से अधिक न्यूनतम तापमान की संभावना है। धन्यवाद। अभी मैं आप सभी से आग्रह करूंगा, कुछ आपका प्रश्न है, कुछ कमेंट से, सजेशन से आप दे सकते हैं।
Sir, Jayashree here from Hindustan Times.
Yes, madam.
Sir, I wanted to know July is the main monsoon month. What is the percentage of rainfall that is normally recorded in July?
Yeah, 28 centimeter, and this is the highest rainfall month among June to September. In the August, we get around 26.5, and then we have got about 16.5 in June, and then in September we get around 17 centimeters. Total is
Sure,
87 centimeters.
sure,
So
sure,
28 centimeter out of 87 centimeters.
sure, sir. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sir Jacob from the Hindu.
Yes, Dekabji.
Acha, sir, you have given us some thing to be concerned about because it looks like there is going to be very heavy rain in several during July in several parts of central India. I mean, you are mentioning several basins like Krishna, Godavari, etc. So, does this mean that we will see several instances of exceptionally high rainfall in these regions, and what kind of preparations can be taken?
Yeah, as per our prediction, we are expecting above normal rainfall activity over the central India, especially east central India, covering Odisha, Chhattisgarh, East MP, Maharashtra, and uh, Vidarbha and Telangana. So in this area, these rivers are there, especially Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, and many other small rivers like Bangsadhara, Nagavali, and many others. So therefore, we should take care of the monitoring of river status in terms of the water gauges and also the reservoirs in this region, and continuous monitoring can help in timely release of water, and hence it can minimize the damages expected. But however, this is the seasonal monthly forecast. We will be following it up with our extended range forecast every Thursday, valid for next 4 weeks, and that will be followed up by the short to medium range forecast every day up to 7 days, where river catchment wise rainfall forecast, quantitative precipitation forecast will be provided, heavy rainfall warning also provided. But I will say one more point: whenever we declare a low pressure system, special care should have to be taken, because usually you see now also there were low pressure systems one after another. Five low pressure systems developed in the month of June. As a result, if you see today, there is a very good rainfall activity in Ganjati, West Bengal, Jharkhand, Odisha, and adjacent areas, leading to the water level crossing the danger level in Subarnrekha and adjoining river basins there. So whenever there is a low pressure systems, and it is very good to inform you that low pressure systems are predicted well in advance at present. So special care should be taken whenever there is a low pressure systems predicted over this Bay of Bengal and their movement across these states. Another area you did not mention, I will also mention here, that is Uttarakhand and Haryana, Chandigarh, Delhi. That area also shows the high probability of above normal rainfall activity. There are certain river systems originating from Uttarakhand, adjoining Himachal Pradesh, and also there are many major cities and towns. So we should take care of that.
Just to follow up, so does this mean that July will see higher than normal number of low pressure systems forming in the Bay of Bengal and its vicinities?
Yeah, usually low pressure systems are rain bearing systems. If it is not higher number of low pressure systems, but there could be number of low pressure system days. Okay,
Okay.
just like in June, there has been 13 days of low pressure systems occurring over Indian region compared to 3 days. So, so there could be possibility which is indicated by, but we do not have as such a prediction of number of local systems or local systems, but it is just implications. It implies that there could be the number of local systems. There could be around 4 to 5 local systems, and they will be moving westwards, causing good rainfall activity over East Central India and Northern Peninsula India. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Sir,
Yes,
Prabhudat here from Hindu Business Line.
yes, please.
Yeah. Sir, you, first of all, you congratulations for getting this Cyclone Award, sir. After this, you are holding this press conference. And second thing, IMD, though predicted the June rainfall at 108%, which completely came true. But you have seen that when you released the last forecast in for June, the monsoon was already stalled by then, and it lasted for a very longer period. And despite that, the your forecast has come true because the second half got more than expected and more than 30% surplus or something like that. So this kind of unpredictability these days happening, how do you see the overall season to take place? Whether because farmers are dependent on rain, but when suddenly rains are happening for a particular 7 or 10 days, then there is a longer period of dryness. It causes a lot of concern. So, what is the exact distribution likely to be in July? My first question. And second question, sir, about the overall distribution in a state also. We have seen that in certain pockets of a state there are low rainfall, and in certain pockets there are high rainfalls. So, how do you see this kind of distribution that should be uh, predicted, or whether is it possible to predict these kind of things?
Yeah. So thank you very much. At the outset, I express my deep gratitude to you and all our press and electronic media friends for your compliments and best wishes. It was a success regarding this UN Sasakawa Award. It is a success for the country, and the credit goes to all of you. Therefore, I wrote sometimes that it is your award because everybody has contributed, and it recognizes science for the people. And we together have helped to communicate the scientific knowledge to the people, and you have been the main force behind to communicate the last mile, and therefore credit goes to all of you. Therefore, I express the deep gratitude to all of you. The second point is that you told that yes, we predicted well for June rainfall for the country as a whole, and even though when prediction was given at that time, rainfall was decreasing. It was moving towards a weaker spell, but still we predicted that it will be above normal rainfall because it has been possible due to the robust validation of various types of models and development over the years. I have not shown this slide here that when we introduced this new forecast system in 2021, if I compare the forecast accuracy from 2021 to 2024, the error margin is 2.28% in long range forecast compared to 7.5% error in our forecast in the previous 4 years based on the statistical model and other dynamical model. So this model is working. It gives a confidence to all the stakeholders, including media and the planners and the people. But at the same time, the concern what you raised that is really valid, that it did not rain for 15 days in the first half after say 5th to 14th, and after that it rained heavily and it has become almost above normal rainfall activity every day till 30th of June, and as a result it become above normal. So to take care of that, this uneven distribution of rainfall and to indicate the likely occurrence of the dry spell or the occurrence of wet spell, we do not stop with this monthly rainfall activity. We go for the extended range forecast. The extended range forecast very well indicated that there will be a lull or there will be a below normal rainfall phase during this period of 5 to 14 or 15, and after that again it will activate, and that has happened so. So what I will suggest that the people should not be complacent with only this monthly rainfall. It has got a certain objective, as I told you, for planning, for anticipated actions. But it has to be further followed up with the extended range forecast, that is forecast issued for every Thursday, valid for next 2 to 3 weeks. So that will help you to identify the possible dry spells and possible wet spells in different parts of the country. I can tell you, even if we give 4 weeks forecast every Thursday, up to 2 weeks, that means up to 15 days, our forecast accuracy is reasonably good, which can be utilized. Not in station level, not in, but the meteorological subdivision level, its forecast is quite good. So I will request, please follow up with us the monthly forecast, then the extended forecast. Then further, following the extended forecast, again we should not be complacent. We should see the medium range forecast issued every day for next 7 days. That is the most accurate forecast again, and gives at present for what day one heavy rainfall warning. Last year it was 86% probability of detection. So there is a good accuracy, and accuracy is improved over the past 10 years, about 40 to 50%. And I am sure we will perform better as we move forward with augmented observational systems and modeling systems. So the message is that to take into consideration this uncertainty, which is possible because of the climate change and other issues also, the users should follow it from seasonal forecast to monthly forecast to weekly forecast to daily forecast. And within the day itself, please follow the nowcast. If you are planning as a farmer, if you are planning to apply irrigation today, please look at our nowcast. If nowcast is suggesting that there will be good rainfall activity, if our day one forecast is suggesting that good rainfall activity, you need not go for the irrigation today. Similarly, for pesticides application or fertilizer applications, please look at our forecast and take a decision accordingly. And also at present, we are providing our forecast in geospatial platform. Someone can zoom in and zoom out and can identify the area to give the forecast. So uncertainty is there, and there is a threat, increasing uncertainty because of the climate change. But we are trying to minimize the uncertainty, and we are trying to reduce its impact by providing a seamless forecast from season to a few hours. And we expect our users, we request our users, and a public and disaster managers and various stakeholders to take advantage of this information which is being available around the clock. Thank you. Next, I think I'll go to Anirudh ji.
सर, आप आवाज सुन पा रहे हैं मेरी?
Yes.
सर, दो छोटी छोटी बातें। एक तो ये कि हम अभी डेटा देख रहे थे तो 1960 से और 2025 तक, इस लास्ट 65 इयर्स में 13 टाइम्स ऐसा दिख रहा है जब जून में ही पूरे इंडिया को मानसून ने कवर कर लिया, 13 बार। तो हम ये समझना चाह रहे थे कि क्या जब मानसून जल्दी आ जाता है और ये जून में ही कवर कर चुका होता है इंडिया, तो क्या उस बारिश आमतौर पर ज्यादा ही रहती है? हालांकि आपने पहले से ही बताया हुआ है कि भविष्यवाणी है कि इस साल ज्यादा ही होगी, लेकिन हम इसको उससे भी मैच करके देखना चाह रहे थे कि क्या जल्दी मानसून ने कवर किया है तो इससे क्या फर्क पड़ेगा। एक दूसरा सर, ये कि ये जो एमजेओ है, आपने बताया कि जो जून का फर्स्ट हाफ था उसमें वो कमजोर रहा, अभी जुलाई में उसका क्या स्टेटस रहेगा और एमजीओ से कितना हमको बारिश का लाभ होगा? हालांकि आप बोल रहे हैं कि लो प्रेशर एरिया ज्यादा बन सकते हैं नॉर्मल से, तो मेरे ख्याल से जो लो प्रेशर एरिया इधर बंगाल की खाड़ी में बनेंगे उनका तो लाभ होगा, लेकिन अरब सागर का तो कोई खास लाभ नहीं है, या आप उसको एक्सप्लेन करके बताएं।
जी, जो पहला प्रश्न आपका था, इसके लिए मैं हमारा कलीग डॉक्टर ओपी श्रीजीत को मैं रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा हूँ, वो डाटा उपलब्ध कराएंगे और एक एनालिसिस करके आप सभी को बताएंगे। जो 13 साल ऐसा है जब मानसून जून महीने में एंटायर कंट्री कवर चुका है, एवरेज फिगर क्या रहा है, फाइनल सीजनल रेनफॉल क्या हुआ है, इसका विवरण वो आपको बताएंगे। दूसरा पॉइंट जो बताया कि लो प्रेशर सिस्टम्स, मुझे ये पता नहीं, हम फोरकास्ट नहीं, मैं तो इम्प्लीकेशन बताया, ये हो सकता है ऐसा कि लो प्रेशर सिस्टम डेज नहीं, लो प्रेशर नंबर ऑफ लो सिस्टम्स में कम हो सकता है, मगर लो प्रेशर सिस्टम डेज मैंने टोटल दिन, कितना दिन लो प्रेशर सिस्टम रहेगा इसके ऊपर भी रेनफॉल डिपेंड करता है। सो देखा गया कोरिलेशन है, ज्यादा दिन लो प्रेशर सिस्टम रहता है तो ज्यादा बारिश होता है, क्योंकि लो प्रेशर सिस्टम सर रेन बियरिंग सिस्टम, ज्यादा बारिश होता है लो प्रेशर सिस्टम बनने के बाद, एंड स्पेशली जो लो प्रेशर सिस्टम्स नॉर्थ बे ऑफ बंगाल में डेवलप होता है और वेस्ट नॉर्थ वेस्ट पड़ जाता है, ये पूरा कंट्री का मानसून को एक्टिवेट करा देता है। ऐसा नहीं है कि ये सिर्फ रेनफॉल वहां बढ़ाता है, मगर पूरा कंट्री का मतलब होता है कि पेनिनसुलर इंडिया, सेंट्रल इंडिया और नॉर्थ वेस्ट इंडिया में रेनफॉल ज्यादा हो जाता है, क्योंकि धीरे धीरे वेस्ट नॉर्थ वेस्ट जाता है और अप टू राजस्थान तक इसका कभी कभी गति होता है। तो इसके प्रभाव में पूरा, मगर सिर्फ ईस्टर्न जो नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न स्टेट से लो प्रेशर सिस्टम बनने से ज्यादा बारिश वहां होता नहीं, जैसे जून महीने में हुआ आपने देख लिया, एक्सेप्ट बिगिनिंग ऑफ जून में, एंड ऑफ में। सो जब लो प्रेशर सिस्टम नॉर्थ बे ऑफ बंगाल में बढ़ता है, कोंकण कोस्ट, कर्नाटक कोस्ट, केरला कोस्ट में मानसून स्ट्रांग हो जाता है, ये खींचता है मानसून करंट को। तो इसलिए ये आश्वासन मैं आपको दे सकता हूं, जब लो प्रेशर एरिया बनेगा वेस्ट कोस्ट में, वेस्टर्न पार्ट में भी अच्छा बारिश होता है और पूरा मानसून करंट को ये स्ट्रेंथनिंग कर देता है।
थैंक यू सर।
अंजलि जी, अंजलि जी।
Sir, very good evening to you. My first question is, has IMD started using the Bharat forecast system? If yes, how has its performance been in the first month? And the second question is based on observation. The pre-monsoon season passed by, thankfully, without any cyclone. Can you give a peek into how the global oceans have been over the past 6 months in 2025? Has there been any impact of the neutral ENSO conditions which are there? Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you very much, madam. The first point you asked about, sorry, actually,
About the Bharat forecast system.
Bharat
Has
forecast
it
system,
been
yes,
implemented?
sorry. Yes, Bharat forecast system was launched in the month of May, and it has been in operation, and every day we check the performance of Bharat forecast system. But it is very difficult now to give you a statistics about the performance of Bharat forecast system. Perhaps at the end of the season we can provide the performance, but certainly it is giving the forecast um, at a high resolution with the same physics. If you just say, I am getting a forecast from GFS earlier, global forecast system, which is giving forecast at 12 kilometer resolution. Now it is giving forecast with 6 kilometer resolution. Now, if the forecast accuracy does not deteriorate, then certainly this system is better, because I am able to give the forecast every 6 kilometers. So, preliminary estimate we saw that forecast accuracy is almost same as the initial JPS, which was in operation also now, but it is providing the forecast at the higher resolution. But detailed verification will be carried out at the end of the season, and then it will be known how efficient it has been with the Bharat forecast system. But certainly it is efficient to provide you forecast at high resolutions with the same accuracy. The second point about the non-formation of the cyclones, I would say that it has been a global phenomena. In Northwest Pacific also, during this period, there was no development of very intense or any intense the cyclones. Frequency has been less than the normal. Many remnants from Northwest Pacific enter into Bay of Bengal. So as there was no such development, frequent development, we also could not get any remnant from that area. And as far as SST is concerned, as far as frequency is concerned, we got two systems actually. There were two deep depressions, one over the Arabian Sea near Konkan coast, which crossed coast south of Ratnagiri. Another one was also again deep depression formed over west central Bay of Bengal and moved northeastwards and crossed Bangladesh coast and adjoining against West Bengal. As a result, these two systems, the first system over Arabian Sea caused very intense sunfall activity, finally leading to flood in Mumbai. And Bay of Bengal system led to massive destruction, you can say. And there was landslide, there was flooding, Guwahati city was flooded. And but intensity-wise, it was not cyclone. These two were not cyclone. They went up to deep depression. And usually frequency, we just look at either one or two system only we get. So in the pre-monsoon season, and that we got. But intensity, it could not happen, and that the cyclone. So you may ask what happened then. I will tell you. There are studies that there were a marine heat wave condition for Bay of Bengal. So that means the sea surface temperature was quite high. Okay, and oceanic content was also quite high. Since oceanic content or sea surface temperature is not the only parameter for genesis of the cyclones, therefore it cannot be attributed towards that. Irrespective of the fact that higher temperature, we could not get the cyclones. The reason for this is that monsoon came early, and usually the cyclones develops in advanced phase of monsoon, and monsoon progresses steadily. But this time, from 29th June to 24th to 29th May, if you just look at, or even up to say 5th June, it traveled so fast that it was supported by all components of monsoon, like say formation of the Tibetan anticyclone or tropical easterly jet in the southern part, and there was high wind shear, so which were not favoring for formation of the cyclones, but it certainly favored formation of the weather systems, and as a result, we got two deep depressions in the month of May and 5 low pressure systems in the month of June.
Thank you, sir.
Am I clear, madam?
Yes. Thank you so much for the response.
Okay. Okay. Any other questions or comments? Fine.
So one more quick question, if I can. You had said
Okay.
that in the second half of the monsoon you will have negative IOD conditions. I mean, there are some forecasts, the Australian models, etc. There's a probability of that. So usually what happens how does negative IOD generally correlate to monsoon performance historically and
Yeah, historically, if you just look at negative Indian Ocean dipole, is not favorable for monsoon rainfall. But at the same time, the concurrent relationship, you just look at concurrent relationship, it is not so high. The relationship between, if I compare relationship between ENSO and Indian monsoon, and relation between Indian Ocean dipole and Indian monsoon. So previous one, that is ENSO and has the higher role compared to Indian Ocean and dipole. But next point is that I told that there are probability for occurrence of Indian Ocean dipole, and value is not so high. It is just touching minus 0.4 is the
yes, you had mentioned that.
borderline, and it's just touching and just exceeding minus 0.4 for 1 or 2 months. Again, it is reviving, it is going down. Therefore, it is not a consistent, it is not persistent negative Indian Ocean dipole, and not so strong Indian Ocean dipole to negatively or adversely impact the Indian monsoon.
Okay, thank you.
So thank you very much. As usual, we enjoy the interaction and your support and suggestions. It has helped us really. We address all your comments and suggestions. By the way, we improve our system. I really thank those who write in the media group, national media group, very positive comments. And accordingly, we also improve our services. So we'll work together. We'll meet again by end of July. Thank you very much.